I just thought of another one. Absol. Absol doesn't have a pre or existing evolution. That I know of. Now, things got weird after Generation 4. They started introducing Mega Evolutions. Basically, what I thought, Pokemon was basically taking a page right out of Digimon's book and creating these, like, stones or devices that would allow your Pokemon to Mega Evolve into, like, bigger, stronger Pokemon just for that battle. And then if you won or lost the battle, they went back to their level 3 state. And I didn't like that. I didn't care for that. In fact, on my Omega Ruby, I never did that. I never did that. I hated the idea. I hated the idea of thinking you're at a small disadvantage, but here, let me make my Pokemon into an extreme evolution so that I gain the edge. No, I feel like that's cheating. I feel like there should be no advantages at all with their current level 3 Pokemon. If your level 3 Pokemon's at a disadvantage, you, as a trainer, have to learn how to adapt to that disadvantage, learn from it, and turn it into an advantage on your own. You shouldn't be able to go into your bag and make your Pokemon a little bit stronger. No, it doesn't work like that. It never has, and it never will, because I don't think the Mega Evolutions are around anymore. Because I want to say, after the Unova game, when they went to Kalos, I don't think my sister has said much about the Mega Evolutions. So until then, I'm going to say that it was like a one-time thing and it's gone. And that's good that it's gone, because like I said, I hate it. I hate it. You want to learn to be the best, you got to adapt through the hardships and hurdles. Sometimes you know what? Sometimes it's best to have the disadvantage. It makes you wiser, it makes you stronger, it makes you smarter. Hell, I feel like I've been at a disadvantage my entire life. It all depends on, it all really depends on how you handle it, and how you learn from it, and how you turn it into your advantage. I played tons of racing games. I played Mario Kart out the ass. But whenever people ask me, or tell me, or they think that I'm really good at, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you, Oddish. No. Fucking damn it. But, oh, no, hold on, I didn't want to do that. I feel like I was just here 5 minutes ago. But, I freaking lost my train of thought. Disadvantages. Oh, yeah, I was talking about my disadvantages. When people compliment me on something, or when they notice I'm good at something, and they say, oh, hey, have you done this before? I'll say, yeah, I am. And they say, oh, you're really good, you know, do you view yourself as good? I'll say no. I will never hype myself up. I don't like doing that. I'll say, the most I'll say about myself is that I'm above average at something. Because I always know I can still learn things from what I like doing. Like I was saying, I played tons of Mario Kart. I played so much Mario Kart, but if somebody were to ask me if I think as I'm like one of the best, I'll say no. Because even though I may have raced a track like 100 times, there's always room for improvement. Like, I really don't think there's an actual level of perfection. If it's something you like doing, you just gotta make yourself better at it the best you can. Like in this, for example. Am I a good Pokemon player? You know, at one time, I really was good. I was good, but it's been a while, and I'm out of shape, and it shows. It shows I'm out of shape. I think I've gone from, like, being, like, an NBA ranking 87 player to, like, being an 82 or 81. Or, like, I used to be good, and then now I'm kind of being sluggish. So that's just me. Some people will hype themselves up a lot and be like, oh yeah, well I'm super great at this, I'm super great at that. You know, yeah, bro, that's great. I'm glad you have that much confidence and nobility in yourself, but I'm just not one of those people. I hate cocky people. I can't stand cocky people. In fact, I always look for a way to make them turn on themselves with what they said or what they think or whatever. Like, because there are some people in the world that are just fucking stupid, and they try to really hype themselves up, like thinking they know all that, and they don't. They don't. But you know, and there are times where they can prove their point, and you can't really say anything. They just prove their point. They're not going to say anything anymore. But I love the occurrences where they'll say or try to predict. Oh God, let me tell you, I hate predictors. I hate cocky predictors, because there's been many times over the course of this year, people will say something, and like halfway through a sports, like a team's a season, and they'll think they'll know it all and be like, oh, blah, 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 this and that, this and that. No. I like saving those posts on Facebook. And then I just gotta play the waiting game and hope that it just goes the complete opposite way. Like, there was a fan, in the middle of the season, the Los Angeles Dodgers, they were doing alright. They were trying to play catch-up with themselves. And, somebody who was a Cardinals fan popped off in August and said that, oh, they're not going to make it to the playoffs with this lineup or anything like that, blah, 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 blah. And then they were like, oh, have fun trying to chase us for that second wild card. And after that, Los Angeles blew up and St. Louis took a shit. And they made the playoffs, and I went ahead and I went back to that post on Facebook and I said, oh, well, look who made the playoffs and look who didn't, buddy. I didn't get a reply because I don't expect to, but as long as he acknowledges the notification and he read what I said, then I got my point across. I hate cocky people like that. I freaking just hate predictors. I really do. I hate people who think they can predict the future and they try and act all cocky about it. There are two types of predictors, in my opinion. There are the cocky predictors, which I hate, and then there are the predictors, but then they back up their prediction by stats and trends and like history. Like if somebody had said, oh, if somebody had said after the Super Bowl that, oh, Philadelphia, they might go back to the playoffs the next season, they might not. Because some teams, they'll do a one and done kind of thing, where they'll be really hyped, they'll get to where they're at, and they'll play and they'll win, and then the next season, they could just suck. And there were some people that said that. They said that there's a lot of hype riding on the Eagles right now, but a lot of sportscasters didn't think that the Eagles are going to be the best team again going into next season, just based on the trends and based on what was happening. And you know what? That's right. The Eagles, they're not doing that great. I think they're 5-6 right now, but they're only one game back behind Dallas, so they could still technically win the division at some point. But they got to really step it up because Dallas is starting to roll. And with Washington losing their star quarterback, that pretty much puts them in the hole, and the Giants are now trying to play catch-up. The Giants are really just going to have to ball out right now if they're going to win their division. But see, that's the thing. That was a prediction. And when people aren't cocky about it, like people ask me at work all the time, like if I'm making sport keys, I'll start bringing up stats, and they'll ask for my opinion on stuff, and I'll always be like, they looked good in preseason, and they're kind of shaky right. Like somebody asked me how I think the Lakers will do this season, and I said, you know what? Yeah, okay. Somebody had asked me how the Lakers would do, and I said, you know what? The Lakers have a lot of talent, but there's a big difference between having a lot of talent and playing on the same musical key with that talent, and they haven't been doing that. And while the Lakers have shown some bright spots, they're still kind of really meh right now. But it's like the first 20 games of the NBA season right now as I speak, and they just lost to Denver. But I think the Lakers will be okay. I don't think they're where they want to be right now, but I think they'll be okay. I think we'll have to really see. An NBA season, you don't really see the trend until about maybe the 50th game. Because there's 82 games in a season. Once you reach game 50 with all the teams, then you can kind of get a picture and see who's good, who's not, who's getting hot, who's like falling out. But I told them, I think it's too early to really tell, but I gave them my opinion. I gave them that the Lakers should be okay, but right now they just got to try and figure some things out still. And that was it, and the customer, the guy, he nodded, he agreed with me, he said, you know what, that's an interesting view on it, you're right, they're not exactly the best right now, but they're not exactly the worst, they've got some good, players going on and everything. They actually have a really good all-star lineup, but like I said, you gotta click on all cylinders with all this talent, everybody wants to try and be the best, and that kind of blends in with each other, and sometimes it doesn't go well. Like, the Clippers, as we speak, are #1 in the West. And that's because they don't really have, an all-star studded team. They just have a lot of players that like to ball. They'll play to ball. They won't play to be flashy. They won't play to, send a message. They play to play, and it's working out for them. They're winning. They're #1 in the West right now. They're 14-6, and this has got everybody's head turning, going, whoa, what's going on here? Well, I know exactly what's going on. I knew in the offseason that the Clippers, while they were probably going to lose DeAndre Jordan, if they could keep the young core they had together, they had some really good draft picks. They got Gregorius Alexander, and then they got Jerome Robinson, and Jerry West came out, he's the owner of the Clippers. He came out and said that everyone's going to really like these two. And when the logo of the NBA says something like that about two new rookies, they're going to be fun to watch when they get better, as they progress in their careers. Gregorius Alexander, he's already a starter. He's #2. He's a guard. He's already a starter. He's shown a lot of promise. He plays to play. He doesn't play for hype or anything like that. But none of these players do. The only player that kind of plays with a little bit of hype is Tobias Harris. But that's because he can. Because he's the closest thing to an all-star they have on that team. They have Patrick Beverly. They got Lou Williams. They got all these players that just play to play. They don't play to be cocky. They don't play because it seems like every team almost more or less has an all-star person. But and it goes based off trends too. You can't just predict what a team does with the amount of talent they have. You got to roll, like I said, you got to roll on all 8 cylinders with that talent. Just because you got a lot of, superstar faces doesn't mean you're going to be superstar level. My voice is, I'm afraid I'm going to crash and burn on my voice because I'm rambling so much. But in the time of me rambling, I've gotten Puccietta up to level 15. I don't know how or when or what happened. When I tend to ramble and talk, I'll just start, my mind will go off to two different places at once. The physical part of my mind will remain focused on what I'm doing, but the mental part of my mind will remain focused on what I'm talking about. So I've got 2 different types of focuses going on, but the memory of me doing, the memory of me in my mind is kind of just put on the mental part of my mind. I don't really have any of the memory working for the physical aspect of it. That's why right now, like, when I just asked, you know, we got Poochyena up to low. I honestly don't remember. I don't remember what's been going on in this video or the last video besides me rambling on about different things. Like, I know I got mad about being paralyzed a lot. And then I went back into town to buy the paralyzed heals and I sold some things. And then that's really about it. Everything else is kind of blurry. Like, I don't know how many, like, different Pokemon I faced. I don't know how many times I've used an attack to kill it, to make a Pokemon faint. It's just, I'm weird like that. I'm a level 16 Poochyena. You mean to tell me that this level 12 Electrike is faster than me? Oh my freaking lord. Can you leave me alone? What I need to do is I need to get some full restores. We're gonna use this. And there we go. Alright, let's I'll take a break from rambling. God, I hate the fact that this Electrike is like faster than Poochyena. That pisses me off so much. But it should be gone in this next turn. Gone. Get the hell out of here. We'll try to get Poochyena up to like 17 before this episode's over. God, I'm finding so many Electrikes. They need to piss off. Electrikes have been nothing but a goddamn issue. And there it is. Luckily, Poochyena's putting up a good fight and Electrike's being autistic. It's freaking over for this Electrike. And his last attack missed. How do you miss an attack on a paralyzed Pokemon? No, you know what's worse? Missing an attack on a frozen Pokemon. God, I've had some of those. I've had some of those where especially in Sinnoh, because there's an actual snowy region in Sinnoh. Sinnoh was the first region to actually have a snow biome. So it actually had a legit place for ice Pokemon, which I thought was cool. It was a hassle to get to the Snowden town, I think is what it was called. Snowden town, right? Yeah, Snowden. Or was it Snowden Village? But it was like at the very upper top of it. It was like the most northern point of the map. I think it was called Snowden town. But you'd have to walk through the snow and you could encounter actual grass Pokemon on your way to Snowden, and that was pretty cool. Now I know for a fact I'm faster than Oddish. No! Come on, controller, what are we doing? You know, I didn't really put much thought into it, but, I don't really have an electric or a grass Pokemon. I don't really have anything good for water right now, and having a grass Pokemon may actually be vital. I do have that 6th spot open. I do have the 6th spot in my lineup open. Do I dare try with Vileplume? I don't even know where to get a Leaf Stem here. I am losing this battle because Oddish is being a prick. God, I'm freaking so angry at this Oddish right now. I'm trying to think of all the Pokemon in Hoenn right now. Because I know I got 2 more Pokemon listed in my lineup, but I've always been good with Vileplume, and I don't have a Grass or an Electric Pokemon. Well, first off, let's get this freaking... Let's get that off. You need to stop that. I need to really think about this. Because it's not just Hoenn Pokemon I can get. I can get Johto and Kanto Pokemon. But see, now I'm running into an issue. Or am I? Let's see. Okay, Poochyena. Poochyena's a dark. And that's it. Gardevoir, Psychic. Marshtomp, Ground and Water. And then Flygon would be Dragon and Flying. Or no, Flygon would be Ground and Dragon, right? Ground and Dragon? I don't know if that's a thing, but sure. Dragon will put a big old powerful punch in my lineup, that's for sure. And then Absol would be dark, but Absol can learn... Absol is a very, very versatile Pokemon. It can learn any type of move you kind of throw at it. But now, that begs the question, what would I want for the 6th Pokemon? Do I want a Grass? Vileplume is Grass and Poison. Or would I want something else? Would I want an Ice? I don't even know who's a good Ice Pokemon here. I wouldn't mind having Lapras. But see, that kind of getting an Ice Pokemon, odds are about 65% of the time, when you get an Ice Pokemon, they can also double as a Water Pokemon. And I don't know if I'd want that. Let's just end this. I know where to find Oddishes. But now, gosh, I don't know. What do I want for that 6th Pokemon?